Hello, Class here, Tales of Berseria. Last part, we went to the beach and found the lady we've been looking for, who also happens to be a Norman. Expedition, that's what I'm in here for. Got a pirate flag.
I knew this would be big. What a treasure!
What a treasure! Berseria core crystal. When touched, the mineral's color and hardness radically changes. Got the mistress's support. Alright. So let's move on to the next area.
How Ifreed's crew can sail.
And it'll only take 25 minutes. And let's examine our treasure, of course.
I should try cutting it.
Rokuro should try cutting it. Huh? Why would you think that's a good idea? Do you want to see if it can be cut open? No, I think that's just you, Rokuro. It's a pretty stone as it is. Yeah, but the cross-section might be prettier. Well, maybe, but whenever I see something hard, an urge to cut it apart overwhelms me. Rocks, metal, hard-headed old men, whatever. Please don't cut any old men. Good conversation. The B button doesn't go through doors.
From what we heard in Iseult, demons are attacking villages, and more people are growing upset with the Abbey. So I hadn't expected things in Haria village to be so laid back.
They might be on their best behavior because you're accompanied by an exorcist.
Huh. I didn't know you could see the world in more than just black and white.
The Abbey wouldn't entrust my responsibilities to someone who couldn't see beyond the surface. I have seen many things in my work. I've beheld both the light and the darkness in the world of men. Despite that, no, because of that, I won't turn away from the wrongs that I encounter. Moreover, I have faith. I believe there is good in all our souls.
The darkness, huh?
Yes, like you.
You're awfully direct.
Yeah? Let's see. Right, I can't jump over that. I always get a little confused when I play other games that are like vaguely similar. In this case, it was one of the Sword Art Online games. That's why B button was my interact button. You know, I don't know where I'm going, but apparently there's treasure. Affable fragment, nice. It's an on-tier material for where I am in the game. I guess I'll save, because that skit was so difficult to get through. Yeah. Oh, an item shop. Should check that out. Another affable fragment. A completely impassable plant. Got it. Okay, what did we expect from a village like this? Then you can't use items reduced. It seemed like some pretty good random skills. Sale on fluoric paper, but I don't need fluoric paper. I guess I could buy it just to disassemble it. How much do I actually need fluorite, though? Let's see. Might as well pick up an affable paper. Let's get another couple life bottles. Actually, let's get like all the life bottles almost. I'll leave room for a couple chests. But we have, like, a lot of money. Oh yeah, because we had some, like, ridiculous value items to sell. Ooh, equipment skills learning speed bonus. I think I'll swap her to that immediately. And then she can go back to whatever she's got partially mastered. Yeah, I'll buy the fluoric paper. Then immediately disassemble it. Oh yeah, I was out of fluorite. Did it. Anyway, let's not make a big session of it. Okay. So yeah. Equipment skills learning speed plus 10%. Seems good. Alright, where's our actual objective? Oh, it was inside the inn, right? Let's go there. Oh, there's Chest. Money. Kind of unexciting, considering how much money we have. Cats. Don't have enough spirits. That's fine. A tomato. And the actual
we could
objective.
Use a place to stay. Any rooms open?
Yep. Just finished cleaning, in fact. You can help yourself to that room there.
For free?
Alright, time to start deciphering this scroll.
Let's wait somewhere outside so Grim can concentrate.
Do you think maybe I could stay and watch? I really do want to study the ancient tongue. I promise I'll be quiet and not get in your way, teacher.
What did you just say, child?
That I'd be quiet and...
No, what did you call me?
Teacher? You said you didn't want to be called ma'am, so I thought maybe that'd work.
Yes, satisfactory. Alright, I'll teach you how to read Ancient Avarost.
Thank you so much, teacher!
We'll leave you two alone then. Let us know if anything comes up.
Velvet's eyes looked happy there.
What connection do you think there is between the violent demon Teresa mentioned and this village?
Couldn't tell you.
Could there have been a demon blight breakout here? This village doesn't look like it's been attacked, but...
Whatever it is. If it keeps the Abbey's eyes off us for once, that's good enough for me.
You really will use anything and everything towards your own aims, won't you?
Yep, and that includes you. As I'm sure you've noticed.
Alright. Sure, whatever it is, we'll actually have to deal with it.
So she digs being called teacher. Well played, Laphicet.
She wasn't so fond of ma'am, so I guess he figured he needed an alternative.
You can tell how badly he wanted to help her with the languagey work. I think our Malak boy's finally finding himself.
So it would seem.
Trying to spot the next character I need to talk to. Ah, up on the platform, okay. That's why I was moving the camera around during the conversation.
Local religions. The Abbey sure knows how to oppress the populace.
I'd imagine that comes part and parcel with spreading the good word. Other gods would only get in the way.
From what we overheard, it sounds like they've taken over Amenoch's temple, Palamedes, to use as their base of operations.
Sealing it off would be provocative enough, but straight up taking it over? Not a lot of so-called reason to that. Unless... Do you think they need it for some other purpose?
Shrug.
Oh, yeah. I believe I recall why they use it. It's one thing I should probably mention is, although I have seen a ton of the game, there are, like, random holes in the middle, because I didn't watch every second my brother played, even while I was home for Christmas. So I think, like, the tower, where Aizen dealt with the illusion, I had not seen that bit.
It sounds like deciphering the text might take some time.
We should be prepared to wait it out here a while. Hopefully it'll all be worth it in the end.
I hope so too. But ancient Avarost is complex. It's not just a matter of knowing the grammar and vocabulary.
Oh? Then how exactly do you read it?
I'm not sure about the specifics myself, but from what I understand, you kind of have to intuit a lot of it.
A language based on guesswork? Thanks, old dead people. You're officially the worst.
A phrase that could be used in a variety of places.
Oh, Ancient Avarost. You have the obstinacy of a spurned lover who refuses to move on.
Even for you, teacher?
It's this one crucial line. I can't wrap my head around it.
Well, from what you've taught me so far, it looks like it says... Sa, Popo, Mucho, Sanchon.
Correct, but if you merely translate it word for word, it ends up saying, the parent hates tomatoes, the child, eggplant. Therians.
Neptune officially a child.
I doubt those have much to do with Innominat. Yeah.
Their grammar is nothing like ours. Sometimes you have to reorder the words, and even then the meaning can require leaps of logic and flashes of intuition.
Like Aizen was talking about.
Reordering. So like, San-san, Pocho Pocho, Pocho Musan, Pocho Musan. Can you read it that way?
Now, why would you put it in that order, Laphicet?
Now, where did you get that from?
These words are lined up, like they repeat. And when I read this part that same way, it just felt right.
Pocho Musan. If that's repeated here, then the passage turns into the Nameless Empyrean.
Empyrean!
Ho ho, that has to refer to Innominat. I think we're on to something. Alright, so if we apply this rule here, then... It would seem to be a book of children's counting songs.
It's not about Innominat?
What matters is what the song says, child. And I think you will be very interested in the words.
Anyway,
I wonder if they've made any progress yet.
Shall we go check on them?
what I realized is that Nom sounds vaguely like name, so it probably actually does like mean it because languages, honestly. And then the IN prefix often negates things, so we could have probably figured out they were the nameless one way earlier if we were actually like looking. Maybe. At least taking an educated guess.
Well, any results?
Yes, well, thanks to the boy here. As it turns out, he has quite the knack for languages.
That's convenient.
Only because I've got the best teacher.
Careful, honey tongue, you'll give this old girl ideas.
Willie?
Now, child, I'm sure they're curious about the song we unearthed. Why don't you read it aloud?
Yes, teacher.
Song?
8-headed is the lord of the land, with 7 mouths to devour malevolence. Through pulses of earth doth base nature's flow, as he awaits the time of awakening. 4 Empyreans may tear him asunder, but so long as there is one receptive to divine power, Therians shall be forever reborn, in sight of the full crimson moon. The nameless Empyrean hath one heart. The nameless Empyrean hath one body.
Therians?
Essentially, this ancient text you found is an annotated volume of drawings and songs pertaining to Innominat.
Annotated? Then hurry up and just tell us what it means.
I'm sorry. So far, we've only figured out how to read the song lyrics.
And yet, what lyrics they are.
Alright.
I take it we're still in for a good long wait before it's thoroughly decrypted.
Likely so, but if we want to find out what the Abbey is up to, we need to know what's in this book, no matter how long it takes.
What the Abbey's up to, is it? I think we can learn much, even from the lyrics alone. The drawings depict him with 8 heads. One of them belongs to his main body, but the other 7 are his mouths. Those mouths consume malevolence, sending it along earth pulses back to that main body so he can awaken. The 7 monsters fitting that description are called
Therians.
Right. Now as for this malevolence, I have no idea what that means.
What about the second part?
I haven't studied much ancient history, but it said this world was created by 4 Empyreans: Earth, Water, Wind, and Fire. But they also call Innominat an Empyrean. Perhaps a war broke out between Innominat and the other Empyreans that resulted in him being sealed away.
But if there is someone to connect with this divine power, the Therians will keep spawning. And just like that, Innominat will be revived. If we assume that Shepard Artorias fits that bill, and that he's trying to reawaken Innominat, everything lines up.
Which means our job is to find these Therians and cut off Innominat's heads, so to speak.
But where do we even start looking for them?
Remember, the song states that the Therians in Innominat's body are connected through Earth pulses. If their job is to feed Innominat, the most effective place to position them would be at the Earth pulse points.
Points?
The places where the power of Earth pulses is concentrated.
Places with that sigil. Hey, remember the barrier that was keeping this bug in the forest?
Wait, are you trying to say that thing's a Therian? And yet, it would explain why the Abbey was keeping it locked up.
And there was that same barrier at the villa, too.
That's right. Do you suppose that was also a Therian? Does that mean the Therians all come in different forms?
I mean, you are one.
Should we go to Logres and check?
We've just started deciphering the book. I'd hate to lose time on some fool's errand. I'd rather know at least a little more about what's in it before we make a move.
Something bothering you, Grim?
This line. The one about Therians being forever reborn.
Huh?
I just felt the same thing as I did in Warg Forest.
The needle's pointing in the direction of Aminoch's temple, Palamedes. Do I recall hearing that the Abbey took that over?
Yep.
Temples and ritual sites are often built on places thought to be rich in spiritual energy. Could the temple possibly be an Earth pulse point?
There's lots of Earth pulse points scattered all over the world. If there's only 7 Therians, most of them will be empty.
It's not like we have any better leads. If there's even a chance, shouldn't we go check it out?
Better than sitting around waiting on the book. If nothing else, we'll find out what Laphicet is sensing.
Just a theory, but if you were to kill a Therian...
What?
I guess there's only one way to find out. Never mind. Good luck out there.
Amazing. Yeah. I mean, a lot of the points may be empty, but I think the Abbey would be most interested in the ones that are not empty. Amber fragment. Alright. Well, let's go and maybe get some combat in this episode. Are you gonna let us through?
Who are you?
The innkeeper's daughter. I happened to overhear you all talking about going to Palamedes and...
Did you report us to the Abbey?
Report? But you already have an exorcist with you.
This is true.
If you have any business, talk with her then.
I'm Eleanor Hume, an exorcist with the Abbey. How might I be of service?
Oh, right. This part.
I want you to look for someone.
Yeah.
A mother and her child went to visit the Abbey grounds, but they haven't returned.
They've both gone missing?
Yes. The mother's name is Mahina. She's a priestess of Aminoch. And her little daughter's name is Kamoana.
Hold on. If she's a priestess of Aminoch...
Right. Ever since the Abbey booted her out from the temple, she's been regularly going back to make her objections heard. But one day, she never returned home. And now her daughter has disappeared too. I can only assume that she went to go look for her mother.
Sensible enough.
And you believe they're being held at the temple?
Oh no, ma'am. I just can't imagine Mahina would abandon her daughter like that. Kamoana is next in line to succeed her, so she's had a strict upbringing, but her mother truly loves her. Please forgive Mahina for her protests. I was just hoping you could use the Abbey's resources to track them down.
I will do everything in my power to find them.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Like Kamoana, I grew up with only my mother as family. I can't help but worry for them.
Of course.
Let's be off, Miss Exorcist.
Alright. Saving for like the third time this episode or something. Don't worry about it. Really?
Eleanor, what's your game here?
The mother and daughter, you mean? That's on me. I'll search for them myself.
I don't care about that.
Well, what then?
Why are you actively helping us decipher the book, when we're using it to thwart the Abbey's plans?
You think I might be deliberately misleading you? Laying a trap of some sort for you all?
Are you?
I think you're a lot of things, Demon. But foolish is not one of them.
That's not an answer.
I want to know the truth. I want to know what Lord Artorias is trying to accomplish. And there's something happening in the world right now. I want to know what it is. Unfortunately, little old Eleanor has never been deemed trustworthy enough to be given such information. So, my only option is to find out for myself.
You've got the soul searching down at least.
The Abbey and your band of rogues follow two different paths. But something tells me either will lead me to the same destination.
And so you don't see any need to lie to us?
Exactly.
And what'll you do if those truths don't line up cleanly with what you believe?
I'm not sure yet.
As honest an answer as any. Either way, it looks like you'll be working with us for the near future.
Yes, for now.
Hey, could I ask you something?
No.
What is it?
About the Therians. I've heard you call yourself a Therian before. Is there any particular insight you have about them?
No, none. Artorias said I was one, that's all.
And that doesn't bother you?
Does it bother you?
Nope, not at all. If you're not worried, then neither am I.
I'm surrounded by freaks. But was that truly the reason Ceres chose me?
Maybe. Oh, skit. I'm compelled.
Eleanor. They're total opposites, so I know they're just gonna clash sometimes, but Velvet takes it too far.
You really think they're totally opposite?
If Madame Eleanor is a white lily, then Velvet is a black rose. If Madame Eleanor is a soaring Pegasus, then Velvet is a wolf in the shadows. If Madame Eleanor is a plate of spaghetti carbonara, Velvet is squidding noodles with seaweed.
I don't follow you completely, but I think I get the point.
I'm sure you understand. The two have nothing at all in common. And since they don't share anything in common, some fighting now and then just can't be helped.
Well, they both have beautiful hair.
Okay, but we're talking a noble exorcist and an aloof demon.
Eleanor sometimes treats you coldly, and Velvet has helped me more times than I can count.
Madame Eleanor gives herself fully to the salvation of others, but Velvet is bent solely on revenge.
That means they're both motivated by thoughts of others.
How is
Sort
the
of.
cheerful and talkative Madame Eleanor at all the same as the brooding, taciturn Velvet?
Both of them talk to me when it's just the two of us together.
You're just trying to be contrary.
I'm only telling you what I've experienced.
Actually, I feel that Madame Eleanor isn't really reaching out to me.
It's alright if Eleanor doesn't want to talk to you. I'm here for you, Bienfu. You aren't alone.
That just makes me feel lonelier.
Get owned.
You two are opposites yourselves. Huh?
We're just gonna leave it at that? Oh, my expedition's returned. Of course, it was a short expedition, so even though there's been no combat, it also hasn't been half an hour.
This recipe looks real tasty.
Recipe. Looks plain, but tastes grower. Nothing to get angry over.
Scout ship.
Alright, I guess we'll just probably take a couple fights and then return to the save point. I don't want to try to explore a whole zone at this point anymore. Oh! That's not how I use special moves in this game. What was I saying? Before I tried to use a move like I was playing the Sword Art Online game. Oh, maybe just something about how it wasn't a double skip this time. Also, it added Velvet to my party, or rather to the one slot of the party automatically. Because I guess probably from the segment where I needed to go out and talk to everyone. I bet it removed everyone else from the party, so it just added them in an arbitrary order. Did that so I wouldn't have a status effect in my team at the end of the battle.
But I'm serious about my fooling around.
Super Outlaw. Some affable papers. Gained a cooking level. Okay, yeah, we'll get that chest and then return to the save point. Oh, I have plenty of souls. Let's just consume and claw. Ooh. Should have probably started a combo before I used Consuming Claw, but honestly. Alright, got him.
Get any pity or compassion from me.
Whoa. Okay, didn't actually get back attacked. We're too fast. Actually impossible to get back attacked once you have as many of the movement up things as we do. I'm not sure that's actually true, but I gotta keep saying things, right? Probably not strictly true, but... So, we're killing some enemies, hitting the attack buttons. Maybe I'll use a Mystic Art. The pain was lethal. Ow. Ah, man, and just after I used all my Blast Gauge.
I unleashed all my power. Maybe I overdid it.
All of your power? But you still have Blast Gauge. If you didn't use a Mystic Art, did you really unleash all your power? Anyway, that'll be it for this part. Next part we'll actually just, like, explore stuff, I guess. Got a lot of lore this time. But, yeah. See ya.